Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Seven, and this is my basement, if you weren't aware. So this video is going to be just a little bit different, probably really quick. I'm not really out for any sort of certifications right now, right this moment. I just want to kind of shoot this, show everybody what I got going on, and yeah, get some feedback, see what you guys think. So over here, this my camera wants to pan out there. There we are. This is what I've affectionately started calling my grip and rip setup. You can see up here, there we are. Those are just my small gripper collection. These are the Heavy Sports brand heavy grips. I got the 150 here, got up to the 300 there. And here I've got two of the 200s. Zoom in a little bit there, and you can see that on these I've actually shaved and modified the handles a bit. Zooming back out, let's see some things here on my desk. This is a stack of phone books, another stack of phone books, lots of playing cards. More specifically, those are the casino cards. If you've watched Chris Ryder's video recently, he goes over tearing cards in depth and covers, when you're using casino cards, what make will be harder, which ones will be easier. I've gone through some of those, but not really that many. Anyways, coming back down to the desk here. Now, some of this is grip stuff and some of this is not. These over here, for example, this is just some weighted juggling balls I made. I do juggle. Don't judge. Coming back down. Now, this is my crude loading pin. There we are. Anybody who's on a budget or is just starting out has probably had a loading pin just like this. I am no exception. This one is mine. Stay in focus. Sorry, guys. Camera does not want to work with me today. I do have an extra flange up here. I use this for a very, we'll say, rough sort of hub lifting. It's not the best, and no hubs are that narrow, but it's good just for basic practice on cross fingertips. Now, this is the pin top there. Tighten that all the way down. I myself used a 3/8 eye bolt here. One reason being, I can do single finger lifts with it. 5/16 was too thin. I've tried that before. 3/8 still a little too thin, but it works. I'm not going super heavy on it, but for single finger lifts, if that's really what you want to practice, it works. So that is that. Just got the quick link on here. Quick link attaches to the block. And yes, this is just a single 2x4 I'm using for a pinch block right now. I do have other pieces I've just not put together yet to make this thicker. I thought I would just try 2x4, and it works. I did, however, make that way too smooth. I sanded it way too much, and it's slick. So I'm trying to season it, get some of the calcium carbonate chalk soaked into the grain, and make it a little more holdable. So we'll see where that goes. Coming back down to the desk here. Sorry guys, I apologize for these camera angles. It's just not working for me. This is just a chunk of 3/4 inch rubber. If you notice, it is pretty much the same as a deck of cards in terms of length and width. That is intentional. I use this for doing isometric card tearing holds. Dennis Rogers had a very similar product that he used to produce called the Ugly Rubber. This is in no means affiliated or me attempting to reproduce that. This is just what I have for me. So, moving right along here. Now this little guy is one of my favorites. This was I think it was a Gold's Gym brand adjustable dumbbell set. It was given to me, and what I did is I rope wrapped and then taped the ever-loving hell out of that one end. And what I will do with this guy, if you want to follow me down here, I can load weights, throw on these little collars. There we go. And then I have something for doing wrist levers. Now, this is only a 2.5 pound weight, so this is extremely light. You usually go quite a bit heavier with this, but that's just to give you guys an idea. Let's see, also down here, you can see my little pony clamp here. That's to help out with leather wraps when I get to still bending. And also with this, and again, this is for you guys just starting out or on a budget. Quick little tip. You see how those ends I've turned up right there? Very good reason for that. If you also notice back here behind me on the wall, I keep a rack of rubber bands. So what I will do with my pony clamp, if I'm feeling the need to do specific thumb grip work, see what we're doing there? And then just loading between my index finger and my thumb. Just like that, guys. Yes, you can get big fancy equipment, and yes, you can spend a lot of money. This was my $1 solution, and it's worked out pretty well. You know, and of course, if one rubber band's too easy, add 2, add 3, whatever. I've had it up to a few before. I couldn't tell you how many. And for those of you just starting out, use an empty. You know, whatever works for you. So that being said, most everything I have on my bench here, this is for people just starting out, people with a budget, like I said, but you need to know where to spend money. You know, there's some things you just have to spend money for. You know, the grippers over there, Heavy Sports tends to be the most affordable brand of what you'd say grip athlete grippers that tend to be on the market. Everything else on my bench here was super cheap, or free, or easy to make. One of the other exceptions here is a set of thick grips for barbells. I got these off eBay specifically. I couldn't tell you what brand. I don't really remember. I've had these forever. Fat Grips tends to be the most recognized brand of those, but that's just what I use. I actually opted to get these over Fat Grips because these actually have a slight knurling on them, and these being heavy silicone, you wouldn't think that makes a difference, but for me it did. I tried a set of Fat Grips, and they have a little bit more of a matte texture, I suppose, but I liked these better, like I said, because of the knurling there. And, one other thing I want to point out, guys, another reason to keep around rubber bands, I use these same rubber bands to cover my leather wraps when I'm still bending. You've seen me use these on the pony clamp. And another good thing these are for is extensor stretches. So after you hit a heavy gripper session, just get a rubber band, stretch your fingers back out. If that's too easy, get 2, get 3, whatever. Whatever you feel works best for you. And I think one last thing I've not covered. You can make all the jokes about playing with my balls you want. These are what you call Chinese medicine balls. The Bao Ding, I think, is what these are technically called. Mine are presently wrapped in a roll each of just athletic tape to make them bigger, thicker. And, I'll do various exercises. Not only will I take them around in my hands, I'll also turn my hands sideways, and you can see that slows me down just a little bit, working on that dexterity there. And with these, since wrapping, I've not managed to do it completely, but you can also do an inverted, as horrible as that looks. just an inverted rotation through your hands there. Now, some of the stuff is pretty old school, some of it's not really new school, but what do you consider budget friendly again? I'm not out to buy to impress, I'm out to do what works best for me. Anyways, guys, that's my grip setup. Let me know what you think.